Hey everybody, this is Jason Rogash. I want to make a video today about the hypocrisy that I'm seeing all over from Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton and her campaign. First of all, what Donald Trump said about women, grabbing them by the pussy, all of the stuff that he said, the misogyny, the stuff that he said on The Apprentice, the stuff he's done on The Apprentice. If you've ever watched a season of The Apprentice or watched The Apprentice, he treats women pretty shabbily. He treats his own daughter this way. He says all kinds of bizarre things about women. He looks at them as objects, not necessarily as human beings. All of that said, and he's a bad guy, how dare Michelle Obama have the balls to come out and say that this is not just locker room talk, and this is a denigration of women, and it hurts little girls and role models, when they have hip-hop artists and rappers who are some of the worst misogynistic pieces of shit on the planet coming to the White House and being invited to dinners and being invited to participate in government activities, from Rick Ross to Jay-Z to Beyonce. I mean, we can keep going. Those are just the ones that are in my opinion, J fucking Z. But no, they're fine because they're celebrities. And they're left-wing, quote-unquote, celebrities, which I don't find them to be, whatever. And you bring them on, and you like taking photographs with them and pictures with them because it helps you look, cool to the youth vote, or helps you get elected, or it helps you, or you just like their work and you just like being around entertainers and famous people. How dare she, though, then go after Trump? And by the way, Hillary Clinton is this. I believe that Hillary Clinton, I can't fathom that she thinks that this is, like, it's reasonable for her or her minions, who did everything they could to discredit anyone that ever came out and said anything negative about Bill Clinton when it concerned women. I mean, from Catherine Willey to Juanita Broderick to Paula Jones to Monica Lewinsky. She would come out and she would just say it was all a lie. It was a right-wing conspiracy, a vast right-wing conspiracy against her husband because he was such a good man. Right. Troopergate, all the stuff that was going on there. This guy, and which I don't like Matt Drudge. I've made that clear. And I fucking detest Rush Limbaugh. I think he's an awful creature. And Newsmax and these other right-wing news sources. But they're exactly correct about Michelle Obama, after her speech yesterday, the day before, about Donald Trump and locker room talk. And I'm watching this double standard be played right in front of my eyes by the quote-unquote progressive media. People like, Common Dreams had this story up. Not today, but they had it up yesterday and the day before. Democracy Now! Amy Goodman today, the 14th of October, she led off with it. And talking about accusations that have never been proven, like the woman that was in the airplane with him, and she said that Donald Trump groped her. I have absolutely no reason to believe that she is lying or not telling the truth, but it's unsubstantiated. So you're running wild with this, and you're showing it over and over again. He's never been tried for it. He was never even sued in civil court. Anything. She just now pops up and says it, she's probably telling the truth, because his history would show that he's kind of a piece of shit when it concerns women. Ask his ex-wives. Ask Rosie O'Donnell. Ask anybody. Ask any women. Ask any woman that has had interactions with Donald Trump that aren't Kellyanne Conway. And so But this hypocrisy, I wasn't even going to make a video about it because I couldn't believe it was acceptable to anyone. And it just shows the soulless nature of Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and all these people in the positions of power and their aides and things, that they can justify having rappers at the White House who use the word bitch every other word and denigrate women and treat them as sexual objects, and then at the same time excoriate Donald Trump for doing the same thing. That's astonishing to me. I don't know how you can reconcile those two things in your brain. I really don't. But it's all about politics and getting elected. It's all about power. The Democratic Party wants the power, the Republican Party wants the power. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. Instead of course, and we can point out the obvious, instead of pointing out how bad the economy is, or that we need health care, or that this constant warmongering is going to inevitably lead to the total destruction of the American empire and the way and America as we know it. None of those things are being discussed. That capitalism needs to be changed radically. That if you're going to keep a capitalistic system, you're going to need to heavily tax the wealthy. I mean, to a 80% kind of a tax to make capitalism continue to work. Because without taxation, you're fucked. I mean, capitalism cannot. It'll just crush itself because everything has a dollar sign on it and everything is value. The for-profit healthcare system, etc., etc., etc. And instead of doing anything about those, instead of Michelle Obama taking her fucking ass to North Dakota and trying to stop, can you imagine if the first lady showed up in North Dakota to try to stop that pipeline from being built? Or if Michelle Obama said anything about the prison riots that were going on right now in America. We have one of the largest prison strikes and prison strikes by inmates because of labor, because of the free labor that prisons get. If Michelle Obama did anything for anybody at any time other than herself, it would be great. But she doesn't, so she can go fuck off. And her hypocrisy, her hip-hop hypocrisy of having Jay-Z and Rick Ross, and those are just the ones that are, I mean, there are many others that go there and just have dinner with just go have dinner. Because they're entertainers, and what they say, they don't, I guess they don't believe, I guess she just doesn't believe that these people believe that what they say about women. About women being objects of just receptacles for their semen. I guess she has no problem with that. And I guess Hillary Clinton has no problem with staying with her husband who stuck a cigar up an intern's vagina inside the White House, inside the Oval Office, and then busted a nut on her dress. And Hillary Clinton stayed with him. And that was in 96, 97. Stayed with him. And then went after people who tried to go after Bill Clinton and should get justice for any of these women that he assaulted. He took, and you can say that Monica Lewinsky was consenting, whatever. He was still married, and he was still in a position of authority, and she was old enough to be his daughter. I mean, this thing was offensive on like 10 levels. So we can pretend all we want. Michelle Obama can pretend, but this is all political rhetoric nonsense, and it's grotesque hypocrisy. And I don't like hypocrites. That's one fucking thing I cannot stomach in politics, and they're all hypocrites. But really, this idea somehow, and now I'm forced to agree with Rush Limbaugh and fucking Newsmax and goddamn Drudge. But they're right. They're right. Michelle Obama should shut the fuck up. She's a huge hypocrite. Thank you for listening. And Hillary Clinton is like the biggest hypocrite ever. Thank you for listening.